I'm Dottie Metcalf-Lindenburger, and I work at Johnson Space Center. I always wanted to work at NASA in some sort of capacity. In 9th grade, I went to space camp in Huntsville and had a great week, and I just really enjoyed it. And I left knowing that someday I wanted to be able to be a part of the space program. I taught high school science and astronomy, and in my astronomy class, we had just done about a week-long unit on human spaceflight, and we had been watching some videos on people living in space, and one of the things they didn't show, of course, was how you go to the bathroom in space, but of course that's a question that all kids like to ask. The NASA website had like a clip on how the toilet worked on the shuttle. It also had a new little section that said that they were hiring teachers to become astronauts. And I told my husband, that is the most awesome job, and I've got to apply for that job. Being on the crew of STS-131 was just really awesome, and I'm glad I had that experience, and I'm glad that we came together as such a great team. The first few days of flight, you're still uncertain about the environment and how is that going to affect how your performance is. It's just funny to wake up in space and be like, wow, I'm in space, you know. It's not like waking up at your bedroom at home. It is beautiful. As a geologist, it was awesome for me to just see the big scale mountain chains and folded mountain belts and just coastlines and everything. You've looked at so many amazing pictures from the crews that have gone before you, but a picture has a limit, it has those edges, and you're suddenly not being limited through the window. It just took my breath away, as so many things have here at NASA. I'm really proud of actually being a mom, and being a mom wasn't something that I was necessarily sure I was going to do several years ago, but it is really fun to come home and share my excitement with my daughter, and she's 3.5, so she still doesn't quite get space, but she loves flying, so maybe I'll get to spend some time in airplanes with her as she grows up. I'm really proud of just the way my husband and I can take time with her and share our love of this world with her. My early elementary years are the beginnings of the shuttle program, and our teachers were having us watch that in our classes. I had a really neat middle school teacher who kind of took me aside and said, "You're really good at this, you know. Why don't you join our after-school club for science?" So I got involved that way, and then later went on into Science Olympiad. Of course, like all the informal education that we do, going to museums, I mean, all of this information was coming back from the Voyager missions and from the early spacecraft that were out exploring our solar system, and they were coming into the planetarium, and I just couldn't help but get excited about it. Just all these events seemed to all fit together into my life, but again, it was just kind of lucky at the time. But now looking back, I can see how all of that influenced me to be where I am today. I always kept dreaming big, like whether I'd be working for NASA or teaching in a classroom or teaching maybe as a professor. And I guess I just kept focusing on how to get to those places and maybe not necessarily at what it would be like at that place. So, and I keep dreaming. I mean, I don't think you can help but not dream about what are the possibilities of the future. You should always dream big, really big. If you dream big, and then back it up with hard work, then you're going to be very successful. What you do in your early years in, I guess, the traditional type of school is just the foundation. Use that foundation and set it really well, and then be ready to keep learning for the rest of your life.